What's up, guys? Coming at you with another deck profile, this time for a first place locals top 4 shop championship with Jiren. Jiren is one of the new leaders from set 14. It's got a lot of really cool combos, a lot of nice battle tricks that make him a very worthy deck for the meta. It's got a wall of text on his front side as well as his Awaken side, so we'll just get right into it. First things first, he has an auto where you Spirit Boost 1, which is you would take a marker off of your Unison cards. When your opponent attacks, you choose up to 1 red Jiren card in your hand with an Evolve skill. You pay the skill cost for the chosen card Evolve skill, and then you involve it on top of a battle card that meets its Evolve requirements. This effectively allows you to go up your Jiren chain on your opponent's turn, and we're going to get into some of the tricks that lets you get to do that. He has an activate main. Once per turn, you add 1 card from your life to your hand. Look at the 7 cards from the top of your deck. Play up to 1 red Universe 11 card with an energy cost of 1 among them in rest mode, and then shuffle your deck. He awakens at 4 or less. You draw a card, flip him over, and we get Jiren Blind Destruction. When he attacks, you draw a card. Auto limit 2, so you get to do this twice per turn. If it's your turn, when one of your red Universe 11 cards evolves, this card gets plus 5,000 for the turn. So you get to do that twice. He'll go up to 25k power with that. There's a couple of cards in the deck that let this leader get pretty stacked with high value attack. He also has a Spirit Boost 1, same thing. When your opponent attacks, you get to evolve on your opponent's turn. One of the ways that we aid in that evolve quest, 4 copies of the main Unison Topo Force of Obliteration. Once per turn, when one of your red battle cards evolves, this card gets plus 5k power for the turn, and he gets a marker. So he gets a marker based off of his auto once per turn. For the most part, you have the +1. At the end of the turn, you choose up to 1 of your red battle cards with an energy cost of 1 in your hand, and you get to play it in rest mode. So this lets you like cheat in a bunch of cards, and does a lot of cool tricks. The ultimate very rarely comes up, but sometimes you can get the markers high enough where you can actually do this as a go for game effect. -7. If your opponent has 3 or more life, you deal 1 damage to your opponent. So one of the things that you can do is they're at 3, you get them to 2, you do some battle tricks with your leader and a battle card in the deck, and your opponent just like gets obliterated in 1 turn. So one of the weenies that we're looking for, we have what everyone likes to refer to as the corn dog Jiren, and you also have Jiren Thirst for Power. They're both essentially pseudo cantrips. I mean, this one's a cantrip, and then activate main, you can choose 1 card in your hand, discard it, and place this card at the bottom of your deck from your drop area, and you get to add a Jiren with a cost 5 or less and an evolve skill, so you get to search your chain if this is in your drop. And this guy turns your 4 drops into evolve costs. Any Jiren that is a 4 in your hand gets a cost 2 red, 2 of any color, 1 red, and you can evolve the 4 drop onto any 1 drop as well. I mean, it's played, you get to look at the top 5 and search for 1 red Jiren or Unison with a specified cost of 1. So these are basically ways to filter through your deck. Part of that Jiren chain goes into the 4 drop Jiren Devastating Might. Basically, if you guys are red Jiren, you can evolve this on a Jiren with a cost of 1. It evolves for free, which is of note. When he's played, you draw a card, and then you can choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards, and it gains -10 power for the turn. So you can do this like on your opponent's turn. You know, you have this in play. When your opponent Turks, trigger the auto, go off the evolve skill, play this. If they attack with a weenie, -10, it kills it, and then because you evolved, it gets the marker back anyway. So there's a lot of synergy between the Spirit Boost on losing the marker and gaining it back because you evolved. Really cool battle tricks, and you also get the neg stuff on your opponent's turn. One of the best ways to do that, of course, is with the 5 drop Jiren Surge of Strength. He has dual attack, 19k. He evolves for 1, and you can only do this basically once per turn. And then when you evolve into him, you can do, when he's played, you draw a card, and then you choose up to one of your leader cards or battle cards other than this, and give it plus 1,000 power for the turn. So you can give him the plus 1k, do the limit twice, and he'll go up to 26k. It's pretty snazzy, really cool effects. But the main thing you want to do to boost him up is use your 8-drop Jiren, Zenith of Power. It's double strike. He comes out for 2. You can only summon him once per turn. He has limit 1, and you have to have 3 or more energy. He goes on top of the 4 or the 5 drops, so his only targets are going to be these 2. I don't have the TP, but the TP is like not really needed. If you do decide to play the TP, I would probably recommend at most maybe like 2 copies of it, just because it's another 5-drop Jiren. But the main thing is this guy coming into play. And when he's played, you choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and that battle card gets negative 35,000 power for the turn. And then you just can't play any non-Universe 11 for the turn. So, you know, you got to be careful if you're trying to counterplay. Maybe you don't want to counterplay after this. You definitely want to save this for like battle phase tricks. Once per turn, you place 1 card under this card in its owner's drop area. It's in active mode, and then you have your red leader get plus 5,000 for the turn. So he essentially can attack twice. You do the evolve chain, you swing, activate his ability, give your leader the bonus, put this guy in attack mode. And there's a lot of reasons why you want to power up this card. We're going to get into it really quickly. That's like the main Jiren chain there. One of the ways to abuse the 1-drops, the old TP promo, Jiren prior to Universe 11, basically discard this and summon 2 of the 1-drops. So you summon Digital Power and Corn Dog Jiren. And this will let you start your evolve chain if you lose it or whatever. 3 is probably enough. In terms of other tricks, 2 copies of Kunshi. This is basically 1 cost draw a card. He gives you a 1-drops barrier. That comes up sometimes, but it's mostly just there just to draw a card. One of the other ways we draw a card, here the Raditz super combo. Drawing 2 is nice. You basically save your hand for those. One of the tricks that I like is this card here. This card literally can steal games. That is Vegeta Royal Evolution, and then you also have your double strike Chonka. So what I like to do with this, he has 2 different effects. He has an auto, and then he also has an activate battle. The auto is if you have 3 or more energy and it's your turn, at the end of the battle you can switch your leader to active mode and give it plus 5k power, but it loses all its skills for the turn. And that's going to come in very handy for this particular combo. So one of the things you could do is you do your limit 2, you get him up to 25k, and let's say you evolve into this guy. So now your guy is basically like 35k or whatever, right? And then you swing with your leader, you swing with this guy. Actually no, you don't swing with you swing with this guy, right? Activate his ability, restand, give this guy the pump. You get to attack with this again. Then you get to attack with him, and then if you have the energy, you can give him double strike, and then combo with this. And then at the end of the battle, pay the 1 to restand your leader, and your leader gains all that boost. So he's still like 30, 35k or whatever. He won't be able to get double strike, but it's a nice way to boost your leader up to where you're trying to go for game. You know, they're just taking this twice. They're probably going to take this twice. That's 4 attacks of like high damage. It's one of the best ways to close out the game. You also have the 1 King Piccolo. This is updated for set 14. The original build, of course, you play 4 of these, but I'm doing the updated list. Yamcha counterplay, Secret Identity Massane, SS4 Bardock. Those are the only overrounds we play. Basically, get rid of stuff, go for game. I played the Kai. This could be any other secret rule. If you don't have the Kai, you can do like Heroine's Lineage. You could probably even do the Gotenks SCR, the Unison one, the 5-cost Unison. I know some people have said that this is probably a good deck for the Goku Frieza. I guess that could work too. I just went with this just because I feel like Unisons are the name of the game. And then for the extra cards, Difference of Status. This card is really good. Basically allows you to abuse the markers on your Unison, shrink some battle cards. Comes in very handy. Frieza's Death Ball needs no explanation. testing the opposition, needs no explanation. And then my personal favorite card, Wolf Fang Fist. So the cool thing about this is because it's, you know, you have your opponent declaring an attack, so it negates before the autos. So one of the things you can do is you can play Wolf Fang Fist if they're attacking with like a really big battle card. They can combo on that battle card. Wolf Fang Fist negate lowers the actual attack on the physical card, and then you can do your evolve chain and maybe like evolve it to this guy on your opponent's turn and just get rid of the card because you Wolf Fang Fist to negate it, and then just gets rid of the battle card itself. And that's pretty much the profile. Hopefully you guys got the gist of it on how the little, you know, on your opponent's turn effects work. And it's a fun deck, pretty inexpensive when you think about it, except for maybe like the SS4 Bardock and maybe the secret rare. But outside of that, you can pretty much get this right out of the box, and that's the Jiren profile for you guys. Thanks.